Yeah. How often would you have been able to kind of just see him with your own eyes?
Sure, over the course of the season, close to a dozen times.
Yeah.
Quite a few in the BCHL there.
Yeah.
Easy to get to, and fun kid to watch.
Where do you see like the upside in him? Because I know, especially when you draft what you do, like all these guys are little projects, and
Sure.
it's going to take some time. But where do you see the upside in him?
Yeah, it's his hockey mind, really. Like it allows him to be effective in all three zones. So it's just his intelligence, his work ethic, his skill, and so he's just a big raw project that you just see the upside there. He's got multiple tools that give him a chance to reach different potential roles.
Excuse me, he's a big, strong kid that his game in all areas has improved over the course of the year. He became a better skater over the course of the year, handled the puck better, moved the puck better, got the ice time he needed, played in the penalty kill, which was important. First guy over the boards on the penalty kill. Competitive kid. We just felt that he was just starting to touch the tip of the iceberg, and we hope it continues to develop. That's the hope.
You noticing, like, is it a lot of these kids were impacted a little bit by COVID, right? Like in terms of their development and whatever. Yeah. How would you say that this class and in the O and all that it kind of impacted this group?
Well, I think this basically is the final group going through now. So, and you can see that, and I think that, and you see it with kids that were a little bit older last year. That didn't get drafted, or the improvement wasn't there, and as older kids now, they're starting to get consideration, and when you miss a year of hockey in your prime development age group, it's really tough to catch up. You have to go after it. You have to work at it and find a way to do it, and we're getting through that now, I think.
How often were you able to see him during your time scouting?
I'm sorry?
How often were you able to see him while you were scouting?
Oh, well, as often as I wanted to, because I was an hour away from him. So I pick and choose my schedule as such, and I would probably hazard a guess that myself, I probably saw him 10 to 12 times. And Kyle, everybody saw him. Kyle Flanagan saw him a lot. He had a lot of time for him. Chris Debois saw him a lot. So, it's like anything else. We go through and do the tour of the league, and Kitchener's an easy get. So, we all saw him.
Happy with the pick on Nick Van Tassel?
Yeah, very happy. He's a kid that spent a couple of years in the USHL. Very big body, still developing that body. His game has grown over the last couple of years. Really moves very well for his size. He's going into UMass next year for college, and we're expecting a lot out of him.
What really stood out about his game to you?
Just the package. I mean, he's a 6'4" body. Like I said, there's a lot of room for him to grow physically, fill out that big frame of his, and he skates really, really well. And he has a skill set. There's puck skills around the net. He's got an ability to make plays, finish, just the entire package.
The organization's obviously very big on culture. You feel like he's a good culture fit as well, eh?
Oh, for sure, and he's going to a place that's big on culture in the University of Massachusetts and their coaching staff there, so it fits into what we're trying to build here.
Happy with, we've had several guys go through the college ranks and then join the Senators afterwards. What do you think that adds to their growth?
It's just the time. For a kid like Nick, like I said, he's 6'4" body that still needs to fill out, and playing the college schedule allows him to spend a little bit extra time in the gym, developing, working out, and maybe 2-3 years into college, and then join us and be physically developed.
And how often did you get to see him throughout the last year or so that you guys have been scouting?
I've seen him a bunch over the last couple of years. It's a league that I scout heavily. Like I said, he's spent the last 2 years there, and can't really tell you how many times I've seen him, but it's been plenty.
He's a big, good-sized right-hand shot defenseman, 6'2", moves the puck real well. He's got some good sense with the puck, sees the ice well. He's got a good shot from the point, and works hard, competes, and he's going to go to college next year. I think he's going to Cornell next year, so that'll help his path there. He needs to get stronger, but he's good skilled defenseman.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned to us that he had an opportunity to go. I think it was Everett in the dub, and bypassed it because he just thought he needed to get bigger and stronger. Is that? I don't know how long you've been watching him, but like I guess he said he really had a growth spurt and really sort of changed the dynamic of his game.
Yeah, he was a little underdeveloped, a couple of years ago and stuff, and it's probably a good route for him to go. Gives him a little more time to get stronger and a little physically stronger, and so I think that's a good choice for him to go and go that route.
Hey, first of all, what's it like seeing your son get drafted there, and what emotions are going through your mind as he goes to Philadelphia?
Well, I was happy for him, of course. The issue is that you just never know when it's going to be, and the range was quite wide for him. So I'm sure he's a little disappointed at how late it went. But I think he landed in a good spot based on where they're at and their kind of turnover and trying to develop young players. So exciting for him and exciting for the family. And so I think it's the first man that's drafted since Jimmy Mann, maybe. I'm not related to Jimmy Mann,
Yeah.
though. So.
Did anybody from the Flyers come over and kind of give you a heads up?
No. I mean, I think it just out of respect for just the kind of the surprise piece for the family. But no, it's a good group of guys over there, and they do a good job scouting, and so I'm excited for them.
Okay,
excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, now let's talk a little bit about the draft. What's it like as a scouting department to not have a pick until the fourth round? What's the table like? Rounds 1 through 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always discussions going on, but other things that could happen. So, we stayed pretty sharp on those things and prepared as well as we could based on the information we had on hand. And so that part helps a little bit, to stay sharp. But the reality is that it's a long haul, and we haven't been in this position for a while. So, but anyway, we waited and we ended up getting some good kids.
It looks like the size. You guys going? I think everyone's like 6'2" and up, and whatever. Was that intentional?
We were looking for some size, certainly on the back end, so that was a focus for sure. As far as on the forward end of it, I mean, when you get to the later rounds, we were looking for players that the scouts feel passionately about. When you start having those conversations about what we're looking for, all of a sudden there's a kid there that's a little bit bigger, then it's just another positive, really.
And Hoyt Stanley ended up being the first kid you took.
Yes.
Can you just take us through maybe how you zeroed in on him? Because I'm sure you, like I said, you're sitting there for 3.5 rounds. You're well prepared.
Absolutely. And he was we targeted. We had a group of defensemen there. We thought would probably kind of be in the same range, and he was ended up being the one we picked. But he was a bigger kid, and he's mobile, and he can move pucks, and he's going to college, so we have a little bit of time to wait for him to fill out and get a little bit bigger, and the skating and the puck moving is there as well. So it's obviously it's a good little package, and we look forward to working with him and see what we can help him be.
Always seems like you always sneak in. You always take one goalie. It feels like it. Take us through that, because obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we've done some work on that, just on goalies and who's had success and who hasn't, and why they've had success, and we got to a point where we feel like if we pick on a regular basis with goalies that have some upside, some sort of package of an upside, that maybe we should be trying to produce our own goalies, and we had input from Zach Burke and Justin Peters on that. They did some background work for us as well to help us and support. And so there was a lot of conversation, a lot of discussion about goalies, just like there is every other year. But this is a kid that kind of came up that we felt that there's a nice little package there, and it's worth taking a look to see. And the path, it seems to be right for us. He's going to be here at a higher competition, playing in the BCHL, and he's going to go to college, and we'll be able to get easier access to him than if he was playing in Kazakhstan.